Good morning, my friends. Happy New Year. This is Scott Green, and I wanted to share with you some ways to use WordPress and our baseball reference linker and how to get around some of the errors you might find. Sometimes if it's not linking to the correct player, sometimes if it's not linking to a player at all. And then right at the end of this short tutorial, I want to show you the correct way, the way we prefer to embed tweets, social media, and videos into our WordPress articles. So I'm going to share my screen. I created a tutorial post right in our WordPress platform. And in a previous tutorial video, I did show how to add the baseball reference applet that you see up here on my toolbar. You need that in order to use the linker. It's a very simple process, and check out the baseball linker reference tutorial if you don't know how to do that. But what I want to do right now is create the links for these 5 players: Marcelo Meyer, Ryan Miller, Luis Ortiz, Thomas Sagisi, and Bobby Witt Jr. So there might be a little bit of a different occurrence for each one of these, and I wanted to show you how to make sure that everything is done correctly and that it's good to go when we publish. So I'm going to click. You've got to be in the text tab here. As you notice, I am always creating my articles in WordPress in the text tab, not in the visual tab, which looks more like a Word document. You want to be in the text tab, which is where all the HTML code goes. If you have any sort of special icons or emojis in your article when you try to do these links, it will not work. If you are adding any emojis or embedding tweets or anything like that, do it after you've completed the baseball reference linker process. So I will come up here, and as I'm in the text tab, I will click the baseball reference linker applet. It shows you that it's working, it's loading, should take just a few more seconds. And then the code changes over to where we have our links. And if you look over on the visual tab, which is how you would see an article, it created 4 links and not a 5th one. So I wanted it to do that because I want to show you how to get it to create the link. Now I'll go back to our text tab, and the first one it created looks perfect for Marcelo Meyer. I don't want to touch that at all. You see right here, there is one player ID. That is Marcelo Meyer's player ID from his baseball reference page, Meyer-000MAR. That's the format that you usually will see for prospects. Last name hyphen, if it's not 6 characters, it'll go up to 6 characters, and then 3 digits, and then the first 3 letters of the person's first name. So Marcelo Meyer, all good. Ryan Miller, here's another one. Okay, so Ryan Miller is a Red Sox pitcher, and it created a link for my Miller. But what I see here for Ryan Miller are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different player IDs. And it's probably linking to the first one, Miller 010. And I'm going to check that out just to see where that links to. And it's actually linking to the correct person. So I didn't know if it was going to do that. You can see that Miller 010 RYA is the correct person to be linking to, but I want to get rid of all of the other extraneous code. So I'm going to keep that first player ID, and I am going to highlight the rest of them up until right before that and ampersand sign. I'm going to delete the rest, and the only ID that's showing right there is Miller 010 RYA before the and sign. And that is exactly how I want. Now, if it was linking to an incorrect Ryan Miller, then I need to figure out which one it's linking to. That might be the case here with Luis Ortiz. So Luis Ortiz, the player I want for my article is Luis Ortiz in the Baltimore system. He's a pitching prospect. So let's see which one it linked to. And it linked to a 27-year-old in the Philly system. That's not the guy I want. So we have to definitely make a change here. And I'm going to go and find the Luis Ortiz that I want. And he's not one of the major league players listed here. He's going to be one of the minor league players listed here. And this is the Luis Ortiz that I want from Baltimore. And his ID, you can see, is Ortiz-012LUI. So I go back to my article. I go into the text tab, and I go over to the Luis Ortiz line, and I want the one that has number 12. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different Luis Ortiz IDs are here. I want this one with the 012 in it. So I am going to delete all of the other ones, right back to where it says PID equals. And I'm going to go over to the and sign, and I'm going to go back and delete that one after. And right up to the LUI, get rid of that last comma. And now the only player it's linking to, if I go back here, it looks good. That Luis Ortiz link will bring me to the correct Luis Ortiz relief pitcher in the Baltimore system. All right. Tom Segisi. Well, all right. It didn't create a link for this player because Baseball Reference doesn't know Tom Segisi. So you know what? I think I made a mistake, and I think his first name is Thomas. There he is. So Baseball Reference wants it to say Thomas Segisi. So I can simply go back to my article, and I am going to change this to Thomas, and I'm doing this in the visual field, even though I should be doing it in the text field. So I just changed it to Thomas Segisi. I'm going to run the player linker applet again, and let's see if it fixes it. And it did. And there's only one Thomas Segisi. You can see the ID it's created is right there. I am good to go with that one. And now the last one I want to check out is Bobby Witt Jr. I am thinking it may have listed with the link only on Bobby Witt, and it's not linking Jr. I'm thinking it's going to his dad. And no, it went to Bobby Witt Jr. Okay, so what I want to do, that is the correct link. You can see this format is a little different up here because he's in the major leagues. It's players/W/WhitBO02. I want to have the entire name with Junior linked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of WhitBO1. That's his dad. I am going to come back over here. So this is what's linked. Those terms are linked up until this arrow with the /A. I'm going to put Junior inside the brackets. And then if I go back over to the visual, you will see that Junior is now linked. The whole thing goes to the correct player. So those are 5 different examples of how to work with and get around some errors in the links. And that is something that we want to make sure we're doing correctly when we create our articles for Prospects 1500. I wanted to show one other thing, which happens when, let's just say that I wanted to add another player whose name is Sam Smith. And he plays for Toronto, and it didn't create a link for him, but I know that I'm just saying I found his name, let's see. I'm wondering if there's a Sam Smith up here. So there's a Skyrocket Smith. Let's use Skyrocket Smith. That's an amazing example from 1888. And he is players / S Smith SK01. So I'm going to copy his code here. And I am going to, you know what? I'm not going to do this one because I don't want to confuse you guys. Scratch what I was just saying. I'm going to go on to the last part of this tutorial. All right. Adding a tweet and adding a video. This is really easy. I want to drop this Max Arterburn tweet into my article. Here is the actual tweet. I see some people will actually go up into the URL bar of their web browser, copy that URL, and go back and paste it right into the article like that. And you know what? That is going to work in some cases, and the tweet will show up, but I want everyone to drop the embed code, which puts the tweet, it actually creates an embed into the article instead of just dropping the URL. I do not want the URL. We should be doing the embed, which is actually better for search engine optimization. So if you can remember, let's not do this, the URL. I want you to go to the actual tweet and go to these 3 dots. And you click the 3 dots and you scroll down to embed tweet. It opens up a different window. It gives you the embed code. That's the tweet that I'm talking about. This is the embed code. Copy the code. Click the button. Your embed code has been copied. I go back over in the text tab. You cannot be in the visual tab. And I drop the embed code right here. Control V, paste. That entire HTML code is the tweet, and you will see that when we view the post, we view a preview of the post, or the article is published. I'm going to click toggle over here to visual. You can see right here is where the tweet will be in the article. You can't visually see the look of it, but you will be able to see that in preview mode, which I'll do in just a moment. And the last thing I want to show is how to do a YouTube video embed code. Again, not the URL. I want to take this Julio Rodriguez goes off for 81 homers in the home run derby video.
On every vacation out of...
And what I can do here is, again, here's the regular URL for the video. I see many people will just paste that youtube.com/watch URL into the article. It may work and you may see it, but it is not embedded. So please, again, let's simply get the embed code, which you find in the share. Go back to the video on YouTube, click share. And again, don't copy the URL code. Right here is where they have embed for articles on the web. Copy, you can click copy, or you can just scroll and copy the whole thing. Copy. It says my link is copied to my clipboard. It's starting at 000. You can customize that if you want to start it at a different point of the video, maybe 10 seconds in. I want the entire video, so I copy this embed code. I go back to my WordPress post in the text tab, cannot be in the visual tab. And in the text tab, I will paste that code. And I think I'm done. And so there you see the video starting with the arrow iframe width when you see this type of HTML code and then it ends in /iframe, that's telling me that it is most likely going to be embedded into my article. I'm going to save a draft. I am going to look and preview it. And here is my tutorial test post. 5 names, each of them linked. If you look down here at the bottom, when you hover over the link, you can see that it's going to a different player page. There's the tweet in my article that I embedded. Max Arterburn's personal hobby ranks tweet. And then below that, in the article, embedded is this Julio Rodriguez video. So I hope that gives everybody a little bit of understanding how we should be doing our baseball reference player linkers, editing them when they're not the correct link, finding the correct player, and then also embedding social media, whether it be Twitter, another platform, or YouTube videos. All right. Thanks again for watching. I hope that this was helpful, and please feel free to reach out if you need any assistance. Have a great day. Happy New Year, and we'll talk to you all soon.